Was it scary?
It was really scary because if any part of the crater of the volcano collapsed, we would have been absolute toast.
Yeah, and your videos are obviously, like, they've gone up a massive level, haven't they? Like, the last couple of years. What separates the ideas that don't make it to the ones that do?
I think just that genuinely the title, like we are so into what is the title, and the title with like the ideas when it comes to a title, it's just contrast. It's just something in the weirdest way you can think of. So like a video that's coming out, is actually out now by the time this is out, that I've been trying to make for ages, is I cooked a ready meal from a supermarket in an active volcano. So like it's taking something that we all do and doing it in the most extreme like way you can think of. And so that's kind of thing with comedy, and just generally it's just juxtapositions and misdirection. So you set something up and then you just completely subvert expectations. So that's basically how a lot of almost all of the ideas just come from that.
So as you said, this video isn't out yet at the time of recording.
Yeah.
It will be by the time people are listening to this. So we can genuinely just ask you questions.
Yeah. It is wild.
Why?
So I always get slated. Actually, that is a very good question. So why is the next, after we've got a title, that's the next question that we always ask ourselves when we're making a video, is that what's the emotional? So someone's seen the video, they like the video, they've clicked on the video, you then need to give an emotional reason why you're doing it other than because it's funny. Because otherwise there's no reason why someone would stick around for 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes to keep watching.
So what's the emotional reason behind cooking a mic?
So I've always not liked spicy food. My friends always take the piss about how I just order a korma when I go to the curry house. Mm-hmm. It's a good curry. It's fine.
I agree.
No,
it's
not
nice.
It's not great. Dansak or nothing.
So, Dansak.
Exactly.
And you moaned at that being too spicy.
No
recently.
one's heard of it. It's decent. Sweet and soury.
Sweet and sour. Okay. Dansak.
Yeah.
I won't
spicy
try it
then.
because I don't really like spicy food.
That's what I see. You've eaten a volcano.
So I haven't eaten...
I don't think you've completely understood what he said.
The amount of rennies I got after that, I tell you. No, so I've always been taking the piss out by my mates for like not eating spicy food. So I thought I'm going to cook literally the world's hottest curry. So it might not be the spice in it, but it is going to be the world's hottest curry. So we started thinking about doing this like 2 years ago, and there were no volcanoes that were on at that time. So like there are two different types of volcanoes. There's cone volcanoes that are very pointy and like build up pressure and then poof, explode.
Yeah.
And there are shield volcanoes that kind of like lava comes up from the ground, like it's quite slow and sludgy.
Right.
We needed a shield volcano because if I went to a cone volcano, there's probably a likelihood that I would die. And I cannot imagine the Daily Mail headline if I did die whilst cooking a ready meal in an active volcano. Those comments would be dreadful. YouTuber dies whilst trying to cook ready meal in active volcano. And then I guarantee in the first line they would say, where he was educated at Harrow School, which is £42,000 a year.
He'd never heard of curvy.
Just recently heard of end-ups. So we'd like looked for volcanoes for ages as to where we could do it. And we reached out to various volcanologists who are like people who are experts in volcanoes around the world. And we had a volcanologist in basically every location around the world where it was possible. So the Congo, Ethiopia, Iceland, Italy, and Indonesia. And the one in the Congo, they said, yeah, it's possible. It's actually like you can go now, but we would need to hire an armed militia because there's a civil war going on in the Congo right now.
Right.
So we didn't go to the Congo because I thought, I don't want to take on that much
You're not
risk.
hardest geezer.
Yeah.
Are you? Fuck you.
That's who can play Jack in the film, hardest geezer.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Can he act though?
Maybe, but he can run, my word. So we then were waiting for ages, and then about a year ago, eruption happened in Iceland. It went off. I got a call. It's like, right, come right now. Just had an eruption. It's amazing. And it was slap bang in the middle when I was touring with my show. So I couldn't. And then this year, I got a call again and be like, it started again. Get yourself here. We were literally out there within 9 hours.
What?
And we landed in Iceland and it was midnight, but it was still bright. So it was middle of summer. and our volcanologist, our guy called Chris, or volcano expert Chris, came to us and said, he met us at the airport and said, look, I've got some good news and some bad news. Good news is the conditions right now are perfect. The bad news is they're only perfect right now. So we need to go right now. And it was a 4-hour hike to the volcano from like where you could drop the car. So it was 1 a.m. We just got off a flight and I looked to like Aziz and Molly, my producer and editor. I was like, as your boss, I'm not saying that you need to come, but I'm going. If you'd like to join me, please do. And they were like, yep, nope, we're coming. So we then walked for 4 hours. We got to the volcano. Halfway to the volcano, Chris realized that he'd forgotten the gas masks.
Oh, shit.
And he said, no, we'll be all right because the wind's in the other direction at the moment. I was like, well, what if the wind changes, Chris? He's like, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. We got there and we got out I bought the curry from Iceland, the supermarket. I got it out of my bag. I brought it from the UK in my check-in.
Nice.
Got it out. That would be the weirdest thing going through like the scanner, just 4 commas. You're like, what is this guy doing? We got there and Chris turned to me and was like, right, we need to go right now. He put me in the big old suit, the heat suit. And he said, okay, what are we cooking it in? And I realized, oh, this is just in plastic. And he was like, yeah, we can't put the plastic.
You didn't take a big...
No, I didn't bring a pan or anything to put the curry in, because if we just put the plastic on the lava, it would have just melted.
Yeah.
So he just was like, don't worry. He then got a can of Monster that he had in his bag, tipped it upside down, cut down the middle of the can of Monster, flattened it out into some tray, and was like, right, here you go. So we made this like makeshift, this like pan for us, plonked the aluminium on the lava, took about 25 seconds. Right, get it off. I was like full heat suit. It was absolutely boiling. Took it off, scranned it. World's hottest curry. Done.
Wow.
Yeah.
You ate it?
Yeah, I ate it. It was, yeah.
It didn't make you ill or anything?
No.
It properly cooked.
Yeah, properly cooked.
So the lava's coming out and it's like seeping down the rock.
Yeah.
And so how thick's the lava then?
Oh, it's probably it'd probably be like 6, 7 foot. But like it like it sludges down and then it builds, and then once it hardens, it's about 6 or 7 foot, and so like it just comes out the bottom of the dried lava.
How are you not dying?
Because it's really slow.
He's not touching it.
I'm not touching it. So imagine, right, the microphone is the volcano.
Yeah.
Actually, the mic is the volcano.
Yeah.
It's blowing up. This is all the dried lava and stuff. I walk down here.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the lava, it's still quite hot. So you just hack away. Some new lava just oozes out, and then you just plop that on and take it off. Just watch the vid. It's the easiest way to describe it.
Was it scary?
It was really scary, because if any part of the crater of the volcano collapsed, we would have been absolute toast. But yeah, then the Daily Mail article would have been written. And it's probably the scariest thing that I've ever done, because it was just hot. It was time pressured.
How hot is it in that suit?
Probably like 50 degrees.
And you're there for what, 25 minutes, did you say?
Not that long. I mean, I was probably in the suit for a maximum about like 8 or 9 minutes.
And the suit is to stop the heat from the... So is the suit there to cool you down?
Yeah, because the suit is basically just one massive like mirror. So it reflects all the heat back off of you. So the lava itself is about 400, 500, 600 degrees. And so when you get close to it, all of the heat is radiating off that, but then it sees doesn't see it. It just reflects and bounds off the suit.
Wow.
So then you can get close enough to do something quickly. But if you like left it there, you would then start to cook yourself.
If you put your finger in it, is your finger just going?
Oh, it's gone. Absolutely just gone.
I'd do that for a video.
What?
It's not Jackass. Get Knoxville back in.
This is why he doesn't upload anything.
Yeah.
But there's room for me.
Yeah.
Where would you rank that video compared to others that you've done?
It's probably the proudest video I've ever done.
Oh,
because
really?
like the amount of time, the length of time it took to make that video, that was in production for like 2 years. And we were like, I'm going to do this. And everyone was like, nah, it's not possible.
So, okay, so again, at the time of recording, it hasn't come out.
No, it hasn't come out.
So how are you going to predict it's going to perform?
So how long would this video, this podcast be out? 2 weeks after?
Or we could go Thursday, so we could do 4 days after.
So 4 days after.
Yeah.
I think it will be on 1.2 million.
I'll be very intrigued to find out.
It'll be really embarrassing if it's on like 200k.
All of your videos bang now, though.
Yeah, we can almost guarantee that it will hit 1 million after a week, and then after what happens after that, it's out of our control.